everybody, ladies and germs, and welcome to Nerd News. How's everybody doing this evening? And hello from your friendly neighborhood Neko girl. How's everybody? Well, I know for a fact after that somber live stream that I just recently did not too long ago, I was thinking, especially with all the news that was going on, I really wanted to talk about Pokemon. I know, surprise, surprise. And I have my two lovely helpers to help me out. But I know, big surprise, right? Talk about Pokemon. But with the recent coming out of Pokemon Home, people making up rumors and potential theories for the new DLC of Pokemon, which is, I believe, the Island of Armor and the Crown Tundra. And then on top of that, just recently dropped a new silhouette for a new Pokemon. I believe it's a legendary. So I wanted to throw my little 2 cents in the ring real quick because speaking of Pokemon, I have a Pokemon convention to go to this weekend, and I still have last minute preparations for new prints. These are prints that I haven't released yet. I have to finish those. So yeah, lots to do. So I wanted to say, my 2 pieces real quick. Hi, Joy Sorrow. How are you? Okay. Starting with Pokemon Home. So I just recently acquired Pokemon Home. It just recently dropped, I believe, yesterday. Yes, prints. I just recently made prints. I might release them sometime tomorrow if I have the time. It might, excuse me, it might be a little bit hectic because of the fact that, well, it's Valentine's Day. So everybody's doing crazy stuff for that. And then also it's preparation day for me. Last day before the convention, so it's a little bit hard to kind of smush everything in, but I try my best as much as I can. But anyway, going back to the main topic of Pokemon Home, I believe Pokemon Home just recently dropped yesterday, and I actually decided to download it just to see what was going on. Now, my first inclination and my first gut feeling was I wasn't going to acquire Pokemon Home because of the fact of the money situation. I don't have a lot of funds to acquire Pokemon Home, especially in its full-fledged form. I know a lot of people say it's only $15 a month. Sorry, $15 a year. Excuse me. It's actually $6 a month. But with the huge gap in between, I wasn't really sure if I was going to acquire it. It sounds like a nice idea, but between, getting the game, getting DLC, and then also paying for internet at least a good $4 a month, that's compiling it all together. It's kind of a lot when you actually think about it. Taking a $60 game and then adding that's $90, and then you add $4, so $94, and then add another $5-6 onto that. So that would be like about $99, almost $100 if my math is correct, over $100 for this whole entire game. So, I still am on the fence about it, especially the fact that I just downloaded yesterday on my Switch as well as my phone. I know a lot of people have been asking me for my what is it? My friend code and stuff like that, which it's kind of, I'm willing to do so, but it's giving me a little bit of a little time to get adjusted to it. Tomorrow. Thank you, Jay Sorrows. Well, tomorrow I'm going to, unfortunately, I don't have the whole day off. I do have to work in the morning. That's why I have to make this very short, because I still have some stuff to do to prepare for this trip. But I have to work tomorrow morning. And then the rest of the day, it's preparation. And I'm hoping to spend a little bit of time with my other half. So, but I definitely think we should spend some little bit of time, Jay Sorrows. I know it gets a little crazy and hectic, and it's been a while. We haven't seen each other, I think, until Anime NYC of last year. That's crazy. I hope it doesn't turn into a year. It would break my heart if I haven't seen you since then. So, let's hope that doesn't happen. But staying on topic, so I'm still working out the kinks. I'm still trying to get used to Pokemon Home. With the finances portion of it, I am not sure of it because, as you know, I do love Pokemon a lot, but I still have some standards and some restraint regarding to what I get. Even with these little guys, as much as I love EV plushies and I am kind of addicted to these, I still, am very selective of what I get. I try not to get too much. That's why I condense it only to plushies. And as much as I do like the other figures and other tchotchkes and little other pieces that a Pokemon trainer would find and try to collect, I try my best to, restrict myself. So that's basically what I'm doing. So basically on a financial scale, I don't know about that. That's going a little bit too much. Maybe it's because of the fact that I'm more old school and I feel that you should just pay one big price for the whole entire game. No downloads, no DLC or anything like that. Even though I did look at the DLC a while ago. I know I did try to do a video, an actual live reaction, and unfortunately it kind of flopped because there was too much lag. Maybe I'll try it again if they do like another Pokemon Direct and see how that goes. But based on it, I love the design. I love Crown Tundra and the Isle armor. It does give a little bit of an explanation why they didn't disclose a lot of information about Pokemon that were being dropped out, even though I feel it wasn't necessarily for them to have a DLC version of that game, but I might want to get that because they said they're going to introduce new Pokemon forms, as well as some of the old Pokemon that didn't necessarily make the cut the first time around, instead of doing a second video game completely. So, I don't know. I'm on the fence of Pokemon Home. I'm really looking forward to Crown Tundra and Isle of Armor. So I might consider that, especially the fact that I got the Galarian Slowpoke. And it's adorable. I like the little ombre on its head, the yellow transitioning into pink, which is really, really cute and pretty. I'm still waiting. This gives me new hope for a new evolution. I'm still crossing my fingers. I know that wouldn't make any sense because they had the whole entire EV line exposed for the first half of the game. And it would only, it would be kind of odd to have a new evolution and waiting for the DLC. But then again, that's just another reason to get DLC. Moving on from Pokemon Home, we're switching gears to the silhouette that was just recently dropped at, I believe it's, I forgot the Japanese magazine. It's, Kuro Kuro. Kuro Kuro is the magazine's name. Usually they do, it's sort of like reminds me of Nintendo Power back in the olden days, back in my day, when they had like video game magazines and they showed like how to get through certain levels, certain Easter eggs, certain little treasures that you would find in Game Shark or stuff like that. Well, Kuro Kuro just recently dropped of the new Pokemon silhouette. Now, I have mixed feelings about this. First of all, it's nice to know that there is another legendary, especially the fact that I believe a couple of other complaints in the previous generation, they were upset that some of the legendaries was not shown off like they should. They just sort of handed to you the legendary, which I feel is not necessarily fair. The purpose of a legendary is to have this air of mystery. So you go out and dig for the information yourself. That's one of the wonderful things about being a Pokemon master, is to study these little mythical creatures and learning a lot about them. Like when they came out with Sword and Shield, I love some of the gimmicks that they did to release some of the new Pokemon, especially the Ponyta video that, unfortunately it was a 24-hour stream. I felt that was a little bit too long and too it's too arduous to stay up that long. Streamers were staying up the 24 hours and taking like small little intervals. Me personally, I don't know if I have the will to do that, but people would say, well, if it was an Eevee, you probably would. Yeah, okay, fine. Double, that little exception to the rule. But yes, the ponytail one I thought was very unique and very interesting, and getting a chance to just seeing the lay of the land of some of the atmospheres of Galarian. Sorry, some of the areas in Galarian that gives a certain mystery. Glimwood Tangle was really cool when it first released, and to see the Galarian version of Ponyta, it was so adorable. I loved it. This was definitely something that I feel that they should continue doing for Legendary. So this silhouette was a nice idea. However, based on the outline itself, I'm not necessarily keen on the Pokemon, and that's just a personal choice. Me personally, besides the Eevee family line, I'm more enthralled with the quadrupeds of the Pokemon world. Mainly canine or feline featured Pokemon. Not saying all the Pokemon that are not feline or canine feature, they're not adorable and cute. I can give Meryl's adorable, Togepi is adorable, Teddy Ursery is also very, very adorable. Half of the fairy types, like I fell in love with El Creamy, and Centiskorch gave me a whole new perspective on bug Pokemon. Actually, I consider Centiskorch very adorable. But me personally, my preference would lead me to more canine or feline-based Pokemon, like Bolton and Arcanine and Nickit and Vulpix and all those different types of Pokemon that I would really adore. So when they introduced this Pokemon looks more of a primate nature. I'm not big on the primate family. Of course, there are some primate Pokemon that are adorable. Like, I know a lot of people dislike the Spore Pokemon. I think Aquaspore or basically the three monkeys, the water, the fire, and the grass. I do think their designs are adorable. Of course, my favorite one, I would have to say, if I had to choose specifically a monkey, it has to be Chimchar and Grookey. Those two, I think those are really adorable. But overall, on the whole, I'm just not into monkey-based or primate-based or ape-based Pokemon. It's just not my thing. But I hope those that are a big fan of primate-based species of Pokemon, that this is really exciting for you. This is, you're getting a new legendary Pokemon, I think, out of 4. Because you have the two legendary Pokemon in the Isles of Armor with the 2 bears. They can either be a dark water type or I believe a fighting fire type, I think. Well, I think a fighting something. I can't remember what types they are. I know one is dark water type. And then you have this very unusual deer-looking Buddhist, almost had like the Buddhist prayer beads crown Pokemon, which remind me of Princess Mononoke's the Grand Forest Spirit. So it looks like we have 4 legendary Pokemon. So I'm curious to see what this particular silhouette has to offer, and we won't get it out until the 27th of February, so on Pokemon Day. So probably I will report to you guys a little bit before then, if not on the day of Pokemon Day, and I will have my 2 cents to finally see what this Pokemon has to offer. I am looking I'm just keeping an eye out on what might transpire for the next few weeks leading into yeah, and then the next week or two leading into the Pokemon Day. So yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about Pokemon Home, the Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion pass / DLC, and also the new silhouetted Pokemon. It looks very interesting, but it might not necessarily be my cup of tea. But I really do hope and wish the best for my fellow trainers who do like that particular species, and we'll just see what happens within a week or so. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Say goodbye. Bye.